Hello and welcome. Here's what's coming up on Pride Today. Concerns across Hollywood following a fiery crash involving Anne Heche. Plus, a new report on the impact of monkeypox as the White House focuses its efforts on plans to stop the spread. And from the pages of comic books to your streaming devices, we'll talk with the stars of the new series Sandman. Hi there, I'm Stephen Walker. Thanks for joining me as we take a look at the stories making the headlines. Actor Anne Heche is being treated for injuries following a fiery crash in Los Angeles. Police say Heche's car was seen speeding before it crashed inside a two-story home earlier Friday morning. The crash sparked a fire inside the home. A representative says Heche is in a stable condition and that her family and friends are asking for privacy. The 53-year-old launched her career on NBC's Another World back in 1987, winning a Daytime Emmy. Her relationship with Ellen DeGeneres in the late 90s highlighted her fame. In her memoir, Call Me Crazy, Heche talked about her lifelong struggles with mental health and child abuse. Monkeypox is now a public health emergency in the US. And as cases continue to climb, White House officials say they're confident the US will get its arms around the outbreak. Meanwhile, a new report shows the infection is disproportionately affecting Black and Hispanic people. A new detailed analysis of the monkeypox cases published by the CDC shows 94% were in men who reported recent sexual or close intimate contact with another man. More than half of the cases were among Black and Hispanic people. The report also found that early warning signs of illness are less common in the current outbreak compared to typical monkeypox. In 2 out of 5 cases, the illness started with a rash and did not include chills, headache, or fever. The city of New Orleans have renewed the search for the remains of 4 people killed in a gay bar nearly 50 years ago. 32 people died when the upstairs lounge burned on June 24, 1973. 3 victims of the fire have never been identified. In a motion, the City Council noted that the, quote, city's callous and deeply inadequate response was rooted in pervasive anti-gay sentiment. The lead for Broadway's longest-running revival, Chicago, will be played by a transgender actress next month. Angelica Ross will be the first out transgender actress to play Roxy Hart, and one of the first trans women to play a leading role on Broadway. Ross is best known for her role as Candy Ferocity on the Emmy-winning series Pose. Following years of failed attempts, The Sandman is finally here. Netflix released the 10-episode adaptation of the DC comic book series on August 5th, starring Tom Sturridge as Morpheus. Pride.com's Rachel Chateau sat down with the star and co-star of the series to talk about living up to fans' expectations.
There's been 30 years of trying to adapt this project.
Yeah.
Lots of fan expectation. I think it's going to exceed their expectations, but did you guys feel any of that pressure going into it?
I mean, absolutely. But mainly, very simply, because I am a fan of it. Like, I care about Sandman so much. It's one of the most important pieces of literature to me, and I think created in the last 30 years. And so I know exactly what they're feeling because I'm feeling it too, and I'm skeptical, and I am anticipatory, and I am excited. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited to see it. But in seriousness though, it's it's an awesome responsibility, and one that we certainly did not take lightly, because I don't know about you, but I made a film of it in my head when I read it. Like, I've seen it already, and I know that everyone, the legion of people who love it as much as I do, have made that film as well. And it was, I wanted to do justice to those films that we all had in our dreams.
Yeah. I mean, it does such a great job of having reverence for the original material. It's, it's very faithful in some ways, but it also deviates in ways that I think actually really enrich it. I think in the case of you, Vivian, your character, the changes to your character with your gender and everything, I think it creates a more interesting world. And I love that character so much. And I think you imbue it with so much warmth. Most of the characters kind of fall into either having some degree of naivety or some degree of cynicism, and yours somehow walks this line of having a ton of knowledge but also not being jaded. Was that something that you connected to with the story or with the character?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
you're pretty jaded.
Yeah. Hate Tom, hate today, bye. No, it's like, I think that we're so lucky because we've got the original source material. by Neil Gaiman, who creates these incredibly rich, deep, complex, amazing characters that just literally just present themselves to like they just jump out of the page. So as an actor, you've got that as the starting point, and then again you've got Neil Gaiman, who is creating this, and he's saying to you, trust yourself, because we picked you for a reason. And it was just so thrilling and amazing, and I feel that what I've hopefully done is just managed to lift that off the page and bring it to the screen, because that is what Lucienne is. That is who that character is. She has waited for Dream. She has preserved what he's created to the best of her ability, but she is loyal and hardworking, and she has a deep love. This relationship, there is a deep love there. Yes, there's a hierarchy. They have a bit of a bumpy road, but essentially, there's a love and a bond there, because she loves the dreaming, she loves Morpheus, and she always needs people to
I love it.
The Sandman, aka The King of Dreams, is streaming now on Netflix. You can watch more of Rachel's interview with the cast of The Sandman on Pride.com. Thanks for being part of Pride Today. For more on these stories, head over to theadvocate.com. I'm Stephen Walker.